We do have to talk about this NFLPA survey that came out today, which honestly, guys, I find hilarious. I think there's a lot of funny things in this. But let's tell you, before we get to the funny stuff, let's talk about the things that matter. So the Bears end up, quick background, NFLPA started doing this, I think it's the third year. They survey all their players, they put out all the results, it holds these teams accountable, it has forced teams to fix things like their cafeteria, their food, whatever it might be. They grade them on all these different categories. One of those categories, the Bears were 10th last year. They fell back to 14th. The obvious reason being dead last in head coach. 32nd in the head coach spot with Matt Eberflus. By the way, I think it's notable the guy they did not hire, Dan Quinn, number 1.
Woof.
Yeah. So there's that. And then there's the actual text and the quote that is in the survey, which we're going to put on the screen here. This is from the NFLPA survey. It says, they continue to provide a high-quality facility, which the players appreciate. The players' most frequent complaint was with their former head coach, Matt Eberflus. The players felt like he lacked a willingness to listen to the players and the players' leadership council, and he mismanaged the weekly team schedule. That's what Paul was alluding to earlier in the show. I don't think this is all that much of a surprise, but it is. It's getting roasted in the survey.
Look, it's
not great.
It's not great for Matt Eberflus, who's fine, already hired, as everyone knows, as the defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys, and the Flus will go on to have an outstanding Flus life. But he ain't ever going to be a head coach in the NFL again. 0.0 chance. And to have, to me, the most painful part about that is you had a major decision to make after year 2. You telling me that all this was new? No, it wasn't. And the fact that you were so blind to it, that ain't great. And you went through this whole year with Caleb as a rookie with a guy that is viewed as the worst coach in the NFL by your players. That's just not a good job by Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren and company. But, again, that's, I guess, water on the bridge at this point.
By the way, the Bears, treatment of families, 19th. Food and dining area, low 22nd.
See, that's annoying to me, too, by the way.
Got to get that up.
Not that hard to have good food, dude.
No.
Come on, Kevin Warren. You can do that.
They redid the cafeteria when they redid the facility. I think it's a nice cafeteria, but apparently the food needs an upgrade.
They should let us in there to actually sample it so we can back them or not, or follow the players.
Nutritionist, dietitian, 19th. Locker room, they get high grades. They're 8th in the league in the locker room. Training room, 11th. Training staff, 17th. Weight room, they get 6th. They have a great weight room. I'm surprised it's actually not even higher. Strength coaches came out to 20th. That's a little notable because they got rid of their strength coach, Jim Arthur, and they promoted the next guy up. Team travel, 19th. Head coach, 32nd. Ownership hanging in there, 13th with an A- grade.
I was surprised by that.
And let me ask you this, because just taking this off of what we just talked to Paul Allen about Kevin Warren, like, give your grades on media treatment at Hallis Hall. I know fans don't care about that. I certainly don't care how you're treated at Hallis Hall or at Soldier Field. It's a joke. But I'm curious. Like, give me your grade at Soldier Field or at Hallis Hall. Like, I know you haven't been in the press box as often as you normally are, but I just like to hear the grades you guys would give, just so I can give my take on the rest of this.
You're asking me to grade?
Yes, your grades at Hallis Hall of, like, the amenities for you guys or how your workplace.
Well, I think Hallis Hall is beautiful. I think the Midway and the PNC Center that they built, the press I think we all agree the press conference room could be a little bit bigger. But when they do have bigger press conferences, they do move around. Like, we were downstairs in that other big giant room by their studio for the Ben Johnson introductory presser. They literally have not touched my cubicle since I got that cubicle 15 years ago. So if there was anywhere where they could upgrade, it would maybe be the...
That's what I mean, like accommodations to work.
But it's all fine. I have no complaints about that. The press box at Soldier Field, everybody knows what it is. Nobody likes it. The Bears don't like it.
Because I know you guys mentioned the food started to get upgraded recently, right?
I've heard that. Soldier Field.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a Kevin Warren thing. So, like, looking through this whole list and listening to what Paul Allen says about how attention to detail, no stone unturned. Well, I mean, respectfully, ownership's to 13th. Grade A-. Okay, so that shows that they like Kevin. But the rest of these grades are, a reflection on from the top down, right? Yeah. So
it could be better. It shows you that they have room for improvement.
That's treatment of families 19th. If I'm Kevin Warren, if I'm George McCaskey, that's unacceptable, right? I mean, there's a lot of different things in here that you got to get this. You want to be world class. You want to get the $13 million head coach. That's why I think the transparency here and letting players do this opens their eyes to things without any vulnerability of who's saying it.
Real quick, there's some funny things I wanted to share before we move on. We got Fran Duffy coming in to talk about these defensive linemen. The Patriots hate their team playing.
Yeah,
they hate their team playing. By the way, I think the Patriots came in second to last. Cardinals dead last once again. Patriots hate their plane. The survey said players want an upgraded team plane. The current plane is too small. There is no Wi-Fi available, and there are seats with ashtrays in the armrests.
All right.
I don't know about you, but if I get on a plane and there's ashtrays, I'm worried. How old is this plane?
What is this, Major League?
Yeah, the plane in Major League. Yeah, okay, Robert Kraft. Let's get a new aircraft in there. Okay,
he's busy.
And then the other one, which I think we can all speak to because we were just in New Orleans. The food was amazing in New Orleans, right? It's one of the best food cities in the country, if not the best. The Saints ranked 29th in the taste of their food. 29th. That is the most inexcusable thing I saw in the entire survey.
Look at Hogue going deep into where there's good food and then finding the anomaly that is the Saints. That's why you listen to this podcast. Hogue will delve into a list and find a 29th Saints with all the good things down there.
We all silly like the mayor.